It's kind of like Interstellar, but with Ryan Gosling.
Step the fuck up. I mean, my boy Samsung, who served along George Washington, had $500. Do you have it? Back your shit up, bro. Come on. We're waiting right now. We're waiting. We'll find out. We'll see. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. All right. We got the Under Armour Gamer says, don't it feel like Alex caught Trump with his mom? This is exactly why I stopped watching InfoWars, because it's now TDS Wars. It's really weird, but I do think that it kind of goes back to, in my opinion, the Alex Jones thing does seem very much like Alex has been bitter about Trump basically stepping away from him back in 2016. And Alex has been bitter about that for a long time. And now we're finally seeing that show itself to everyone. That's what it seems like to me. Daniel says Alex Jones had a cameo in the movie with Robert Downey Jr., Keanu Reeves, called a Scanner Darkly. Is that true? Let me see. Marvin says Zack Snyder is better than you and James Gunn. For $1.99. I mean, again, if how much do you want this message to resonate with everyone? Okay. And all I know is that Snyder made Rebel Moon, and I didn't. So that's really all. That's all I need. I did not make Rebel Moon, and Snyder did. So
I'm trying to find that video of that guy using the hammer on that guy's back, but I can't find it.
Well, the truth is, I would rather the internet believe I'm gay than know anything about my personal life. So, because a man's job on this planet is to protect his family.
Shit was funny, dude.
So, I would rather the internet just call me gay. So, Mark of Reality says, but how reliable is the New York Times? They've got a lot.
Probably did help because the outside would hurt more than the inside for a short while.
They're very hit or miss.
Then he's just gonna have a bruise and
to watch Jack and Jill
bad back.
First, though. Holy shit. Summer of Doom says that thank you for the dinner making entertainment. Who wants spaghetti? Sign me up. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody? Summer, I think you're getting a lot of people that are going to say yes. McCox says, it's my birthday. You have 2 more years of me before I'm over myself. So, yeah, lucky y'all. Don't say that. Don't say that. Homicide of Violence says, Trump needs to say the Gulf states are paying the billions asked for. Phil says, not every PP is a poo-poo time. But
I just gotta sit down and do one more session, and I'll get it done.
The entire Bush family is trash tax. I agree. Joe Bitt says, did you pre-order the new Destro vehicle today? I didn't. I did see it, but I haven't pre-ordered it yet. Shorty Short says, Bondi should have been fired after Bindergate, for real. I agree. Harley Dave says, thank you very much, Jeremy, to my team at NASA. Guns and Butter says, with all due respect, brother, Alex has been exposing the deep state elite since before you started working retail. Put some respect on his name. With all due respect, did you listen to any fucking thing I said? Like, do you emotionally weak people listen? I literally said Alex Jones is forever to be respected for the decades that he was out there exposing the truth. Fucking hell, dude. Like, I literally said that. Jeez. You people that are always crying that I won't criticize people I'm a fan of, and then I fucking criticize them, and then you fucking cry about that. Jesus. Listen. Listen for once in your fucking life. Doug Digg says, all hail Supreme Leader Cobra Commander 199 for life. MAGA Mike says, never panicking, always American.
Your dog.
We could have just kept
your dad's smoking dog.
And our precision firepower until got one to bend the knee. MAGA. Bobo Yogi says trolls cry about $5 gasoline, but that's still more than what their moms charge.
Getting some of that secondhand smoke.
Maga Mike says we're going to go right back.
It's
to
good for your lungs.
You absolutely know that's going to happen. 8
It's
o'clock says
actually the best
panicking
one.
tomorrow. Trump seemed really tired during the press conference. Oh yeah, that already seen that one. Spoiler alert: the 79, nearly 80-year-old man probably is tired. I know it's a crazy thought, but yeah, the 79, nearly 80-year-old man who is running the country and in a lot of ways running the entire world and remapping the world stage right now, that guy probably is a little tired. I mean, hell, I'm tired. I just stream, which is the easiest job in the world. Maga Mike says, I didn't vote for a liberal coward or a neocon warmonger. I voted for Trump. He still has yet to let me down. MAGA. Nips Litter says, Lamau, what the F is with the libertarians acting like we should never use, fund, or have our military? What do they think the point of having one is for? I know, and this is where it's like, libertarians are the type of people that get upset because we have police officers. Guess who the libertarians call the moment that they need some help? That's right. That's right. So libertarians will be like, we don't need law enforcement. Guess who the first person a libertarian calls when somebody's trying to break into their fucking house? Yep. Every single time. Every single time. Taker says a clown, a silly person, place, or thing. Gearmaster says some clowns need to calm down. Jimbo says people misspelling clown isn't quite as bad as Jeremy trying to say ninja, though. That was pretty bad. Let's see. He did. He couldn't back it up. Dad 2128 couldn't back it up. I got you plane tickets to Egypt and a bus to Israel. The IDF will accept your service without question. Just let me know what day you can leave. Brother, I've been there. I've literally been to Israel. Now, I fucked up when I went over there, okay? But it was my own mistake. I thought it was called the Whizzing Wall. I've been over this story many times. I thought it was called the Whizzing Wall, all right? So, like, Ben Shapiro was there, Lindsey Graham was there, Mike Huckabee, you know, the Daily Wire people. They were all there, all right? Beautiful day. I thought it was called the Whizzing Wall. So I was like, well, I'm from Alabama, from Florida. Like, you pee outside. That's what you do in the South. So I went to pee on what I thought was the Whizzing Wall. And it's not called the Whizzing Wall. Minor mistake. Minor mistake. Okay, sorry. Thought it was the Whizzing Wall. No disrespect intended. Lost a few payments. But we're getting back on track. So it'll be okay. All right? Matney says, I wasn't racist until I went to public school. I got that one. Heir to the Empire says, chilling with the 199 clown posse. Yeah, but you didn't fly to Israel. You drove your truck like a weirdo. Of course I did. I'm not gonna fly. No. Yeah, I just drove my truck. So, Jimbo 199 says, can't blame them for leaving. Jeremy is the worst part of Cobra Cast. Harley Davis, who wants spaghetti? I want spaghetti. Joe Bit says, Grand Wizard Samsung 199 tax. For Frodo. Nullface says, clown just said, believe dad. Admit it. Let me see. Harley Davis says, none of you bastards remember IDOT, but you will. You damn right. Phil says, your dad is super chatting you. Mine is still getting milk. Have you seen me? Heavy D says, what do you mean, you people? I would never mean anything disrespectful about that. Not me. Not me. Raging D-Head says, Jeremy earning that $7,000 bonus. There's a yarmulke underneath the hat. Keep raking in the money. Jeremy is becoming a very wealthy gay man. Lag says, you got time to react to the Skyrim, but it's a woke game. I've seen it 5 times, but I laugh pretty hard every time. You won't regret it. Everybody wants me to react to this. Everybody's been talking about it. East Coast Boy says, should have known Israel was controlling the narrative about Tyler Robinson. How could you, Jeremy? They're behind everything. My eyes are open. Dude, seriously, man. Like, I was at McDonald's today, and they messed up my order. Israel's fault. Israel's fault. Like, absolutely Israel's fault. You know, like everything.
What do you know of the Strait of Hormuz?
Grand Taco says 199.50. Too
They
much
should
math
fly
on this
over it,
show.
and anything below it should be flatter than the ground. That's what I would do. That's
Retard tracking system says don't use Alex Jones' name in vain. Aaron James says I'm bringing the garlic bread.
Why do you have so much hate in your heart?
The bag would be soaked in oil. Who's making spaghetti? Summer of Doom is.
Why do you not just get laid?
Let's see. Rob says the whizzing wall is the other side of the compound. Jeremy Hale to 199. If you guys would have told me that.
Nice.
Jimbo says that did you tell BB about how you used to work retail and ran over your toe?
Do you not have a woman?
I was planning on that because that's kind of my icebreaker story. But like I was gonna do that after the whole
Why not, my friend?
Incident, but it just didn't really get a chance after that. So
don't know. It's a good question.
Objectively, a cat says I for one look forward to the 18th. What is that? Bramari of Thomas Massey.
Why play this Lego when you can get a woman?
Jose says, "Where's the Venezuela oil, though?" And Brockatron says,
"Women are not fun, my friend."
VOD's comments, but seemingly hate you. Either don't or can't comprehend the sound, rational arguments. Just as annoying as leftists, they unironically think they're smart. Well, yeah, I mean, it simply is.
Nice.
Like it's meant to demoralize you. That's the whole point behind this. Is that there's this whole idea.
I asked you if women are not
again, it
fun.
does work on some people, but the whole point is to demoralize you as a Trump supporter, to make you, apologize or whatever.
Is it,
what does it depend on?
Is it hypothetical or is it
some random retard thinks about my opinion?
What do you mean hypothetical?
So I'm never going to apologize for somebody else.
If you don't know, then I don't know what to say.
Mod Eric says Jeremy and the rest of G&G crew.
I am telling you to get woman. What is hypothetical?
Wonderful, generous streamers to ever stream. That's a lie. Steven Strange says that
yeah, what?
promised to go after Trump supporters whenever they gain control. They have taken everything from Alex. He is trying to protect himself.
Nice.
Alex is doing this in case the Dems win the midterms. He has lost so much and is tapping out.
Where are your balls?
I understand your logic, but I don't believe that. I don't. If Alex had that type of mindset, he would have never done what he's done. You know, so I don't believe that. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to see really quick. Gremlin says, I love how everyone thinks that a country that is the size of New Jersey controls the world. I don't think most of the people that talk about Israel know anything about Israel. Like, I think that the majority of people that talk about it just repeat it, because ultimately, truthfully, do you know how it pays really good to talk bad about Israel? Like, it pays really good, almost good enough to where I considered talking about Israel.
Apparently the PS6 is going to be $1,000 fucking dollars, dude.
So I can get paid. Because holy fuck, you get paid. And because, like, dude, seriously, the people that do this shit, they don't care about credibility.
Obviously it would never happen, but I wished.
Like, dude, you could be like a
single person would buy
transgender
that
fucking
shit.
nut job, but if you start talking about Israel behind everything,
Well, yeah, they're gonna fucking scalp it again and sell it for even more.
Oh shit!
And dumbasses are gonna buy it.
This person knows what's up. Like, no, they don't. But it does pay very well.
Like, there's no reason to get a system at the beginning.
Rob
It's
says
always
all this
the worst.
nonsense reminds me of how frustrating it was to run.
Usually
guns
doesn't
and
even have
Contras.
any good games.
We did a good
at least
job,
at
and the
beginning,
Dems
so it's
crapped
like,
all
why?
over us. Again, Samsung, $500. Insane. You mad lad. Looks like I'm gonna have time to hop over there with my crew and play some video games with them. How many of you want to join me? How many want to join me? Or do you want me to go live on my gaming channel and you can watch my perspective, a winner's perspective? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? That might be the better one. That might be the better one. Rocket League, not tonight. Not tonight.
Oh.
We are playing Mario Kart. So, but I'll just join them. I'll just join them over on let's see. I want to watch your view. Damn it. I shouldn't have said that. Now I
Newly released body cam video is only about 2 minutes long. This was the latest from the Martin County.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
I wonder if like Call of Duty, they're gonna have to start skipping generations.
Hold on, say that again.
I said I wonder, like, you know how Call of Duty they had to stop like releasing every year or whatever.
I think they did that for. Did they? I don't think they did that. Did they?
Oh well, I guess not then. My mistake.
They weren't supposed to release it for 1 year, but then they told Treyarch to make a game in like 8 months.
What do we do with, I mean, that's a debate, and
Oh, well.
it's a discussion, very valid, but then we have a subsequent debate between Fessenden and Wade, where the same concept comes up, and it becomes clear, at least from Senator Wade's perspective.
See, this is the problem. They're thinking about fucking precedent. Maybe you should make a decision that's unprecedented and say, you know what? It's a bad idea to have a bunch of illegals, an entire industry in China that's built around having kids and maliciously taking advantage of our laws. Maybe we should think about this in a direct way, rather than try to create all these parallels and abstractions. Look at what's actually happening. People get their head in the fucking clouds, and they forget, and their feet aren't on the ground. That's what happens, is that they're not living in reality. They're not thinking about this in any sort of a meaningful way. They're talking about ideology. They're talking about legal precedent. What the fuck is any of that? These are ideas. They're not real. The reality is that you have a bunch of fucking people from not the Middle East, but partially from there too, but from South America and Asia. They're coming over here, spawning kids here, and then taking advantage of our systems. That's it. That's Congress's job, not the judicial. Well, it shouldn't happen. I don't care whose job it is, it shouldn't happen. And also, like, oh, it's somebody else's job. I'm sorry, but an argument to bureaucracy is not strong.
You like going to the movie theater?
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
This is what the bureaucratic process says. Well, then change it. Change it, dumbass. If you have a system that works that way, then maybe it's a bad system.
That's wrong. So Senator Fessenden, and I'm not sure whether these are senators, I apologize. Fessenden
Like some
says,
movies,
suppose a person is born here of parents from abroad
the best,
temporarily in this country.
maybe not viewing experience
Wade
because of people
responds,
around you, but the best
says a person may be born
visual
here and not be a citizen.
and
I
sound
know
experience.
that is so in
is-
one instance.
you can't get it
in the
anywhere else
case
other
of the
than a
children
movie
of
theater.
foreign minister.
See, this is the type of stupid, like, intellectualism that is actually the lowest IQ version of any sort of discussion. This woman is trying to paraphrase
Like when there's something
and
happening in the movie and the
reframe a debate
fucking
from the 1800s
like
as a
the
reason
ground
for why
shakes
something
and
should
it's
happen
like
today.
it just makes it.
We're not talking about, like,
Makes it
the
seem more
entire
real.
world. Everybody that was alive is dead now. Everybody then is dead. All of probably their kids are dead. This is a new world. I don't want to hear about what the fuck they said back then. As this is some kind of an argument by using their vocabulary and then applying it to today. It's outrageous. Bro, please clarify. Anchor Baby's ban idea should be retroactive. If yes, what time range? I'd say at least 5 years. I'd retroactively remove them from 5 years ago. At least from the Biden era, right? I mean, because that was a huge problem. So, like, you don't want to have people that basically took advantage of Biden's open borders and then they had a kid here, right? 2020, maybe 25 years, 50 years. I mean, I'm open to debate about that, but I'd say at least 5, right? And I'd even be more willing to say, like, probably 18 and under, or at least, like, under 18s. But, and even if somebody said, no retroactive, just remove it, that I would be fine with that. I'd be happy with that.
Who reside near the United
Ask
States,
what my opinion is.
et cetera, et cetera. So it appears as though in that
True, but we're built on legal precedent, because we lose the Second Amendment to the left with the same argument. You lose the Second Amendment to the left. Well, no, absolutely not. You don't lose the Second Amendment to the left. Do you really think that the reason why we have the right to bear arms is
I don't think I'm going to be able to work out today. Where you going with your family?
My mom.
purely because of the Second Amendment, or is it cultural? The reality is that...
Have you ever had unpleasant experiences at a movie theater?
Like movie-wise, or?
It's like anything related to like the actual movie theater?
Other than like it being hot sometimes.
Rational,
but usually
reasonable,
they've gotten
intelligent
good with that over the
justification
years.
for why
Before they didn't, like the air conditioning was garbage.
Somebody has a gun. That's the reason why. Like, you can easily, logically create a conclusion that says people, especially like a woman, for example, like if you're a 5'3" woman and you're 120 pounds, the probability that you can, you know, overpower and stop a man that's 200 pounds and 6'1" is 0%. It is. It's 0%. It's not going to happen. Like, the man is going to win every single time, unless there's some sort of, like, crazy disparity. He's, like, 90 years old and he's blind.
Gotta have that 4D experience, dog. When an explosion happens, one of the fucking seats explodes. Fucking incredible.
And you don't need the Second Amendment for that. Now, the Second Amendment makes it stronger, and it creates a tradition.
Yeah, dude, like when you're watching Schindler's List and they start gassing the Jews, they start pumping gas into the movie theater, lock the fucking doors.
But then that would get everyone, though.
That it's a good idea that two illegals should
Yeah.
be able to come here and have
they
a
would
kid
just
with
come in
kids
and
as
pick some people up.
There's no argument for that. Absolutely zero.
Nice.
You're pale with curly hair, get the fuck
At least Senator Wade believed
Nice.
common law understanding of what it means.
There's also, look at somebody. Sorry, I paused again. I want to respond to one more. Look at the new Virginia gun laws. There's no precedent on infringement, so they're allowing themselves to infringe on gun laws. But there is a precedent on infringement. It's called the Second Amendment. So That's the entire argument you're making immediately falls apart by your own argument. You're saying that, well, we need the Second Amendment, we need to listen to precedent, and then you say that, well, in Virginia, they're not listening to there is no precedent. There is a precedent. It's called the Constitution. And so
What kind of
prove
damage
that it doesn't matter?
am I
They don't
doing
give
to
a
my
fuck about
brain
this. They don't care about the rules.
so I'm not getting
So
enough
to the
sleep?
extent that you're playing, again, I've said this before. If you're
I don't
playing
know,
chess,
because if it likes to damage itself by not getting tired enough to fall asleep and then not staying asleep long enough to get good sleep, then if it wants to kill itself, then I don't know. But we'll never find out.
Oh gosh.
County Sheriff's Office.
Happy birthday, dear Nia. Happy birthday.
against somebody, and they think that every single pawn that they have has the same movement rights as a queen, and you let their moves play out and you let that work, that person will beat you. That person's going to beat you every single time. Don't play on an uneven playing field. It's insane.
To have allegiance, to be a temporary person on the soil, was what was being adopted.
Yeah, that exchange strongly supports us. If you look at it in context, Senator Wade has introduced a version that says only birth on U.S. soil and doesn't have any allegiance or jurisdictional element to it. And so Senator Fessenden stands up and says, well, that can't be right because, obviously, what about the children of temporary visitors? It has this, it's another one of these statements that has this appeal to a background understanding that
he's right about this, is that the implication of that question is that it's not referring to people that are non-citizens. That is the implication of that follow-up question. Because why would you need to draw a distinction if that distinction was already understood? Well, you wouldn't need to do that. He's completely right about this. So, yeah, early version of ChatGPT did not cheat, but started cheat later on versions. Well, I don't know about that. And I just got timed out twice for highlighting my message twice. For highlighting my message twice, you're gonna get timed out again. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you're tagging me and you're complaining.
I wonder how well insulated the astronauts are from the noise of the thrusters.
If it was tyrannical, well, that's not really what's gonna happen. So this, I'm gonna be honest. She is so fucking retarded. We need to find a way to get her taken off the Supreme Court. This is insane. Listen to this.
Okay, well,
reliance on
I'm sure some of the noise from the power, even with the insulation,
the discussion
goes
very
right
valid.
through.
But then we have a subsequent debate
There's nowhere for it to
between
dissipate,
Fessenden
probably.
and Wade, where the same concept
I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like the other one.
on being born in whatever country you're from. That's what everybody recognizes.
Yes.
But you also have local
the fucking jets were loud as fuck. This thing is like 50 times bigger or whatever.
the soil of this other sovereign. And
what a stupid bitch. Did the people flying the planes into the Twin Towers on 9/11 have allegiance to America because they were on American soil? How can you be so fucking retarded? Do we have allegiance to Afghanistan?
Like, is there somewhere you can sign up to just be like a guest?
Oh my god.
In the cockpit of a fighter jet?
We gotta get rid of her.
I know that well, you can't sign up to be a guest. You have to win like an award, like a prize, or
I, a U.S. citizen, am visiting Japan.
win a contest. something like that. Or you have to be famous. So basically no.
Hey folks.
Like if you made a YouTube
Damn
channel about
dog.
fighter jets and doing like stories on them or something.
Why don't you do that, dog?
Yeah, that's like why don't you just become a fucking top 10 economist in the world?
Takes time, dog.
Standing.
Yeah.
And what it means.
I'm Japanese now.
Is that, you know, if I steal someone's wallet in Japan, the Japanese authorities can arrest me and prosecute me. It's allegiance, meaning can they control you as a matter.
Allegiance is control? So, wait a minute. So, are the people that were held, are the prisoners of war from October 7th, are they allied with Hamas now? Oh my God. There's literally, like, is Johnny Somali allied with Korea? Is Vitali allied with the Philippines? Is, fucking, what's his name? Not Bolsonaro, the one, Maduro. Is Maduro allied with America now because he's in American jail? Like, this is the most retarded argument that you could ever make that is instantly disproven by just thinking for 3 seconds about this. How the fuck did she become a Supreme Court justice? Oh, we need to, there's...
Did you hear, dog? Apparently you have allegiance, if you go to Japan and you steal a Japanese person's wallet, apparently you now have allegiance to Japan. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that does.
Alright.
What, did you want me to say no?
I was just asking a question.
No, okay, alright. I was just wondering. But you don't think so?
No, I do 100% agree.
Okay, cool. And why do you agree? Just so I can hear your reasoning, see if we're on the same page.
Because if you steal someone's wallet, that means that you're where their wallet is, and their wallet is of that place, so you must be of that place too.
Yes, dude. I
So
totally
sense,
agree. Fucking retarded.
Oh, that is their logic. That's literally the logic of a fucking Supreme Court justice. Would be the logic of anyone I debate on that topic as well.
Cool, dude.
It's amazing.
It's fucking incredible.
There's got to be a way to get rid of Supreme Court justices, right? We need to have some way. Send her back to McDonald's.
He's fucking
you need to go and retire.
incredible.
Can we just pay her salary and you just go home and don't say anything ever again? Holy fuck, a DEI hire? I wouldn't be surprised. I can't find any other way to explain it. This is the most retarded, stupid argument that you could ever have. Oh my God. Wow. Remember, she wouldn't define a woman?
Dude, I just got recommended a video by a chick, and it's titled "Why I'm Into Cuckolding."
Like, I don't know who we can get in as a Supreme Court justice that's based
dude.
Like, meaning she likes to watch, or she wants the guy to watch?
He wants the guy to watch.
Like, I'll go.
Should be fucking illegal, dude.
Ted Cruz? See, that would be my first guy, but the issue is that Ted Cruz is too close to Israel. That makes me uncomfortable. And he's also too much of a religious guy. I'm uncomfortable because of that. Some people are saying so we get Clarence Thomas too. Okay. Okay, and then maybe we can get rid of somebody else and we can get Clarence Thomas 3. Okay. I like this. See, now we're going in the right direction.
Of law, I can also rely on them if my wallet is stolen to, you know, under Japanese law, go and prosecute the person who has stolen it. So there's this relationship based on, even though I'm a temporary...
So a foreign terrorist that comes into the United States to blow up a building, he can rely on us to arrest him, and that means that he's allied with the United States. Oh my God.
Traveler. I'm just on vacation in Japan. I'm still locally owing allegiance in that sense. Is that the right way to think about it? And if so...
No, it's not. Next question.
Oh, doesn't that explain why both temporary...
Isn't that the right way? And if so, doesn't that... Okay, so you're basically talking past the premise. You're saying, well, is this the way to look at it? Well, let's assume it is. Well, let me build an entire ideology off of this.
Residents and undocumented people would have that kind of quote-unquote allegiance just by virtue of being in the United States.
That's absolutely right, Justice Jackson. And
on being born in whatever country.
Get them out. Put them in jail. You gotta do something about this. This is crazy. Why, these people, they're co-opting the largest and most important court inside of America to push a basically radical takeover of the country. She's saying that any person that comes here is, in one way or another,
Dog, those thrusters don't look like
really
thrusters.
A brain dead misunderstanding. That person now has allegiance to America. Oh my God! Charge him with treason. I know. I listen, guys. This is. I want it.
Are you further into the build in this or the Mold King?
And we've got to wait. That's like
I'm on the
4
superstructure
from now.
And
that's a best case scenario. That's 4 presidents.
Home stretch is going to be a long home stretch.
She's equating criminal jurisdiction with sovereign jurisdiction. Well, again, it's not even about. Like, people think about this in terms of like, oh, well, you look at these terminologies. No, it's simple. If you have people coming over here that are having kids and then they're defaulting their kid a citizenship, this is obviously a manipulation. No, I know. I listen, guys. I want it. I do. I want it, but it's not going to happen. At least not anytime soon. And we've got to wait. That's like 4 presidents from now, and that's a best case scenario. That's 4 presidents from now. She's equating criminal jurisdiction with sovereign jurisdiction. Well, again, it's not even about like. People think about this in terms of like, oh, well, you look at these terminologies. No, it's simple. If you have people coming over here that are having kids and then they're defaulting their kid a citizenship, this is obviously a manipulation. It's obviously an abuse. And I think that everybody should realize this. Okay, let's listen to the next one. Here we go. Like, you guys know how I feel about this stuff, right? This is a big day for me, all right? This is a very big day for me. And I am so fucking, I'm so mad that this has not, this should be a 9-0 decision. It should be a 9-0 decision, and the only question would be how retroactive should we make this? That should be the only point of contention.
Whenever I see those YouTube videos in my recommended feeds that are like, here are 10 things you should do to get women's attention or whatever, or like to make a woman like you, I just get so exhausted. Just even reading it, I'm so exhausted. I just fucking delete them.
And he has a duty to provide military service to the Iranian government.
Fucking losing battle.
Subject to any foreign power.
Because it's never gonna be enough. It's just already, I don't know. It's funny because like all the things that they recommend, I feel like I wouldn't do them. Like if I was just being me,
Yeah,
I have to be somebody else.
exactly.
I guess
Well,
it's chalk.
that's kind of one reason why you feel like you have to watch those, right? Those videos. And then when you actually do, it's like, oh, no wonder.
Like I don't even watch them anymore.
of the 1866 Act, just
1866 Act. See, these are people whose mind is consumed by a process and a bureaucracy rather than thinking about this rationally at all. There are so many people whose thinking process is completely defined by external variables. There is no actual internal evaluation that is occurring at all. Think about it for 3 seconds. Okay, so somebody has a kid here, and then the kid is legally obligated to help Iran, and then Iran says to blow up America. Okay, well that sounds like it's a really bad idea. That sounds really bad. They're all in on it, man. It's about votes. It is. Yeah, and this is, again, what I'm saying, is that the reason why they're fighting so hard for this is because this is the main thing that if they lose this, they lose their, basically, their silver bullet to effectively flood the country with foreigners. Because this is the strategy that they use, is that they open the borders and then they allow people to come over and then have kids here. The kids get defaulted citizenship. Then they manipulate the public by saying, well, you can't separate families. Well, yeah, I think you're right. Let's send them all back. But let's say, you know, again, so it's all built into this narrative. That's it. They want white to become a minority. They do. They do. And I think that they want to build an anti-white racial coalition to achieve that goal. I think that's true. Like, think about the idea of birth tourism. If this is a video game, it would have been patched out decades ago. It's an obvious exploit. Everybody knows it.
Salito, and that's clear from Wong Kim Ark, and it's clear from the debates. What the framers meant by the phrase not subject to any foreign power was referring to...
I'm sure that Thomas Jefferson, when he was writing the Constitution, said, you know what I want? I want a Chinese woman to fly over here on an airplane and have a baby, and that baby is defaulted American citizenship. That's what Thomas Jefferson wanted. For sure, guys. Oh, yeah, definitely. You can't even speak fucking English. Holy fuck. This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So somebody says, let me get straight. I'll pull you up. Do you think that the system we have is good? It's very simple. Do you think it's good or not? Bad take. 116 years changes nothing. Well, I feel like it does, by the way. And not only does it change, not only does it not change nothing, it changes everything. 160 years ago, everybody that was alive is dead now. That's it. They're all dead.
It's my
We
phone.
live in a completely different world. What are you hearing? What Jefferson meant, it's what leftists used for the Second Amendment. So, what do you think? What do you think Thomas Jefferson wanted a Chinese woman or 2 Mexicans to illegally cross the border and have a kid here and then have an anchor baby? Do you think that's what Thomas Jefferson wanted when he was framing the Constitution? Do you think that's what the Constitution was for? Just, I mean, do you think that or not? Hey, Terrence, if it takes 6 weeks? No. Founding fathers wanted us to have 50-round magazines. That's what leftists say. Yeah, but they didn't have computers either, so we're reframing it. So, like, I can make an argument for why you should be able to have a 50-round magazine. You can, like, you can make... See, you're right, but the problem is that... That argument, I think, can also be made from a logical and a rational perspective as well. And also, the Founding Fathers never said anything about 50-round magazine, obviously. Or machine gun, yes, or a computer. Do you really think that the Constitution is the main reason why they're not able to do that? They're making laws against guns. An old law isn't bad because it's old. It's like a squatter's law. It's old and bad, but it's not bad because it's old. That's a good argument. I think I have to agree with you on that. I will. Like, I think that's a good point. But, like, and again, like, yeah, you bring up a good point there. You're right, is that something isn't bad categorically because it's old. And I think that by me saying that, I think that, like, definitely, yeah, I could see where you're coming from here. But I feel like very clearly the world has evolved in a way that, obviously, the way that people have kids here and they come over and have kids here is totally different than what happened back then. Answer your question? Yeah, and also, like, okay, let's get back. That's a good point, yeah. And, so what about, do you think Thomas Jefferson, so you don't mean a bad, so I don't mean you had a bad take, it was an example? No, it's fine, that's okay. Like, we'll move on, but, anyway, no, I think he's right about that. And in this case, you have to call it outdated rather than just old. I think that's a great point. Yeah, it's not old, it's outdated. It has been totally outdated, and I think that we need a new version of looking at it nowadays. Yeah, he's right. That's a good point that he's bringing up. It's a small nuance, but I think it's relevant.
The ambassador exception. If it meant what the government contends, basically not a subject of any foreign power,
yes,
that another country considers you a jus sanguinis citizen, then lawful permanent residents, all foreign nationals.
Well, ordinary public meaning of that would certainly encompass that, boy, would it not?
Justice Alito, if you think that the language of the 1866 Act was ambiguous, as Wong Kim Ark says, The shift to the language of the 14th Amendment, which is the operative text, certainly clears up any ambiguity.
What I said about a boy born to an Iranian father is true of children born here to parents who are nationals of other countries.
Yes.
If I'm correct, it's true to a child who's born here to Russian parents. It's true to a child who's born here to Mexican parents. They're automatically citizens or nationals of those countries and have a duty of military service. It sure seems like that makes them subject to a foreign power.
But again, Justice Alito, that would have meant that the children...
3/5 vote is also outdated, so we changed it. Yeah, we've changed a lot of things in the Constitution.
...of Irish, Italian, and other immigrants.
This is another deliberate reframing and a deliberate misunderstanding. Whenever the Irish and Italian and the immigrants, like, why would we make a decision for what should happen now based off of what happened 150 years ago?
Which Wong Kim Ark refers to, and the debate the framers referred to, would not have been citizens either. Because if the only test is whether that U.S.-born child...
Why would you make a decision on something that happened 150 years ago? This is retarded.
...is considered a citizen by another country under their jus sanguinis laws, then no foreign nationals' children would be...
Well, in all of those cases, the parents could be naturalized, and then the children would be derivatively nationalized.
You can't base decisions like that whenever we effectively had totally open borders and anybody could come to America. Like, it was a fundamentally different country back then.
Naturalized when the parents were naturalized.
Yeah. Why are foreigners allowed to change laws? Well, this is what's happened, is you have groups like the ACLU that have been taken over by effectively foreign influences and people seeking to subvert the United States, and they're trying to co-opt these different organizations so they can use them as vehicles for them to push their agenda. That's what's happening. The thing is, back then you needed mass immigration to grow the country, but now the country's populated, doesn't need it anymore. Well, the entire framing of this conversation is wrong. The idea that we should be basing our decisions around the way that we are interpreting something that was said 150 years ago is retarded. We should look at what the best option is right now. And our clip's going viral? Oh, let me see this one. I haven't seen this one yet. Where is it? Oh, God. Okay. And, of course,
Okay, I'll be back. If I'm going to prepay for the ticket, should I use your card or mine? Okay. And are you gonna get me a chicken? Well, I think I did leave it out, right? Okay. All right. Thanks, bye.
Doesn't work. What a surprise.
Dude, like, why does this pop up, man?
This turns on.
Why? If I click off, it doesn't go away.
Talking about change this for 30 years, and the Supreme Court has constantly been opposition.
Dude.
Truthfully, I don't know how it didn't happen after 9/11. 2011 was another big year trying to push it.
Fuck.
Well, then I think they should just ignore the court. I do. I mean, they're obviously working against America's best interest. They are. Like, this is crazy. If they don't go through with this, Trump should just Andrew Jackson them.
Your view of this turns on what the status of the parents are, and not the child, as would the born in the United States view of it. Can you help us?
Wait, what? Let me listen to this again.
Your view of this turns on what the status of the parents are, and not the child, as would the born in the United States view of it. Can you help us understand why we wouldn't expect to see a mention of parents in the text of this amendment.
I think it was well.
Intentionally misunderstanding something written 150 years ago. This is, oh my fucking god, literally a retard. I know. It is embarrassing. I have a question I think matters to this discussion. When the Constitution was written, did they have immigration issues like today? No, they didn't. It was a totally different country, completely different world. Of course not.
Well understood that, for example, children cannot, newborns cannot form domicile, so it followed every 19th century.
That assumes domicile is in the test, and I'm asking you, how do we know that Congress did adopt the test that you say it adopted?
Yeah, when you're looking at 19th century conceptions of allegiance, the notion that the allegiance, again, we say domicile is instantiating the concept of allegiance for aliens as opposed to citizen. All of that, the 19th century understands the newborn's domicile, its allegiance follows the allegiance of the parents. And I point out that their theory relies on parental allegiance as well, because they recognize the exceptions for, hostile invading armies, for tribal Indians, for ambassadors. Again, the child's allegiance status, even on their view.
It's obvious. It is. And you can't establish a legal permanent domicile somewhere where you're illegally present and subject to removal at any time. Yeah, it's insane, man. Woman, through her example, single-handedly doing more to dismantle the tyranny of diversity hires of any other person in history. Thank you. That's probably true. Holy fuck, how can you be that incompetent? Wow. And yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy a person can achieve such a high, powerful position with such a low IQ and to push ill intent towards other fellow citizens. Well, it's because some people are afraid to call it out. I think that's the reason why. And that's the reason why I call it out. That's the reason why I say it. I find this to be profoundly offensive. It is profoundly offensive to me that this is even an open conversation. It is insane. And look at this here. And Trump administration must restore the legal status of potentially hundreds of thousands of immigrants who came to the United States illegally through Biden-era pathway, a federal judge ruled on Tuesday. No, he doesn't. Fuck that. Just don't do it. Bukele, listen to this. Bukele didn't save El Salvador because he arrested all the criminals. He saved it because he removed the judges. Communist judges are the sword and shield of the communist revolution here in America. Removing them is everything. Bro. There it is. That's it. Just like Napoleon. Just like Napoleon. And you have, the thing is that it's so obvious. It is so obvious. Ooh, here another one with this.
This doorbell video shows the moment she's describing.
Just like Napoleon. And you have, the thing is that it's so obvious. It is so obvious. Ooh, here another one with this.
This doorbell video shows the moment she's describing. You can hear the engine revving, then the car speed up significantly. We've stopped it before it hits Naomi.
The other two kids got out the street. Naomi wasn't quick enough through her little legs. She had eyes on her. She was not unattended. She did not run out in front of no car. That car just
Every day I read a story about a judge blocking common sense rules. Imagine how much better our country would be if every day you read a story about a judge being sent to go to jail inside of the same cell in the same prison that they sent a bunch of people to. Imagine how much better our country would be instantaneously.
She hit her like she was an animal and kept going until he probably got a phone call to say he hit that baby.
That's right.
Another neighbor didn't want to go on camera, but says she saw the whole thing from somewhere in the video you're watching
killed.
now.
Look at that.
Gunned it down the street. You were on the
They let this clown out on bond of $1,000.
wrong side. This baby play out here every day, all day.
Yep.
You on the wrong side. You came over this side, hit the baby. You didn't stop. You kept going. You didn't remain on scene. They had to call you to tell you to come back.
So he killed the kid and he drove off.
It hurts because that's a child. She was only 8 years old.
Yep, and now
she
she
didn't
did.
have to lose her life because of a reckless driver.
She lost her life because of a reckless judge, and that judge should be held accountable. In a just world, this judge would be tried as an accomplice for the murder. That's what would happen.
Could have been my niece. That could have been my little cousin. That could have been anybody.
Now, police say the driver of that Chrysler 300 was 23-year-old Khalil Burney. He is now charged
They take
with
away his license for driving.
driving while license revoked, no liability.
They already tried that. It didn't work. Oh, wait, he didn't have liability insurance? Oh, wow.
Liability insurance, failure to register, and fictitious registration. In court today,
so he went and he put,
a judge gave him a $1,000 unsecured bond.
So they gave him a $1,000 bond. Was just let out of jail on a $1,000 bond. We don't have to live like this, gentlemen. We don't. We don't have to live like this. This is crazy. This is insane that we put up with this shit. $1,000. This is way too low. It shouldn't be a bond. He went and he killed a kid driving around like a nutball when he shouldn't have even been driving. He should be lucky he's not getting harvested for his organs. That's what I think. It's outrageous. Why are we putting up with this? I'm waiting for someone to defend this. Yeah, there's nobody. And it's insane. Minimum 250K? Yeah. I mean, really, like, I don't understand this at all. They found another clip of that viral judge, Insane Ego. Which one? Oh, my God. Wait a minute. This that same loser?
Okay. Those are the overlapping stories.
This is the same guy that crashed out on the IT worker.
hours between the stores outlined.
You're wasting my time this morning.
No, Judge. I mean, we have an overlapping issue in these two cases.
They don't seem to be that overlapping to me.
Well, we have the same
You
parties.
want to go to Jefferson County because you want Jefferson County jury.
Oh, I mean, Judge, we're the defendants in the case. They're the plaintiffs. We haven't filed either one of these cases. They filed this case
Lien
first.
abatement is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We filed a proposed order, but I have one here at the end.
Take it.
Jeff, can you briefly respond
You
about...
may not.
Well,
This hearing is done.
she's asking for a sanction.
Deputy, remove her from my bench now.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No, you may not. This hearing is over. Jesus Christ, these people today. Step away. You're about...
I'm gonna be real. If you crash out like this as a judge, you can't control your emotions. If you can't control your emotions, you shouldn't be able to control other people's fate. It's embarrassing. Like, it really, like, you're compromised. Yeah, you're compromised. Can't do it.
To be cuffed.
He wants to have her handcuffed? Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, he's high estrogen? I honestly, I mean, you just listen to the way he talks.
You're about to be cuffed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's embarrassing that female judge can move calm with that psycho actually crashing out in front of her. Yeah, it's just embarrassing for me to see this. Can they appeal to a different judge? Why can he be the one indiscriminately? Yeah, why is he indiscriminately jailing the retards and it's not me? Yeah, it's not fair, guys. This is bullshit. And so I'll go and I'll show you. Here's another one. Here's another one of this happening. Here we go. Let's watch it.
I appreciate the legislature for passing this, but I will just say to my friends in the Florida House of Representatives, I don't think what you've done is enough. You have the power and you have sufficient numbers in your chamber to impeach this judge.
She released a child rapist while out on bail. He raped, tortured, and killed a 5-year-old little girl.
Tiffany Baker. Until you start holding these judges... Tiffany Baker. Until you start holding these judges accountable, they are going to continue to find ways.
Disbarring them isn't enough. It's not enough. Simply losing their job and being dishonored is not enough. It's not even the bare minimum.
To benefit the criminal element. This was an outrage. This was such an easy call to make sure that this guy was put behind bars.
Yeah.
And this judge refused to do it, knowing the risks.
That's
and the
right.
result has obviously been a tragedy. So, Florida Constitution.
We need to go Old Testament with these people. We do. We got to Old Testament these people. Like, they got to go and, like, bring in the military and just simply arrest them. Like, this is crazy. Like, you have them there literally letting out child molesters. Like, the entire idea, like, because the problem is that people think that you shouldn't do that because, oh, well, that's breaking the rules. They're breaking the rules. How the fuck are you supposed to deal with this with people that are controlling the rules that don't use them? How do you deal with this? How do you can't deal with that? Like, there's no way you can get around this. It's an abuse of power. It is.
Invests the House of Representatives with the ability to bring.
What's the alternative? Because if they're liable, they won't release anyone else, not even good people. Do you really think that there's no gray area between releasing a child molester and releasing somebody who's a shoplifter from 7-Eleven? Do you really think that there's no nuance there? Like, really?
impeachment against a circuit judge with 2/3 majority. You know, last time I checked, we've got way more than 2/3 of Republicans.
We need light Yagami on these people. I told y'all, like, it is a mercy to the world that, because Death Note came out in 2006. I was 16 in 2006. If I had watched Death Note when I was in high school, I know you might have thought it would be impossible for this to be the case, but I can guarantee you that I would somehow be even more insufferable than I was then. I would have been even worse. Because even now, I watch Death Note. I agree with everything like I did. I completely agree. He's totally right.
I think some Democrats would vote to impeach, given what happened in this case.
So, like, if it was back then, oh my god, yeah. And, how, really? Of course. I love, like, yeah, 100%. Like, this whole bullshit, like, oh, well, you know, he doesn't have a right to do that. Oh, you know, if he does it, it happens. And so we have even one more. Look at this. Disgraced Minnesota judge just gave a 6-month sentence to another Somali fraudster who stole millions.
Ms. Jama, do you have any comment?
Judge Nancy Brazel said that Zam Zam Jama was one of the least culpable.
What is this? Like, that's like sounds like a convenience store.
Jama was one of the least. Said that Zam Zam Jama was one of the least culpable defendants, and she doesn't think that she'll see Jama back in federal court for another crime.
Ms. Jama.
That's crazy. Wow. And yeah, from Star Wars. Yeah, it's from Star Wars or something like that. And judges are often paid for. Well, I think that what happens is that it does look like an AI version of her. So the judges, I think, in some cases are kind of, they're doing it for a political reason, and like they're being paid. I don't think most of them are being paid. I think that they just simply do it because they think it's the right thing to do. And John Roberts said it's a new world, but it's the same Constitution. Then why do you think that they let you do amendments for it? Like, this is really? Are you kidding me? Response to John Sauer saying 6 billion people are a plane ride away from coming here. Holy fucking shit, dude. This is insane. Oh my god, it makes me so mad. Luigi crashed out on a health CEO for less than that. I'm sure CEO for less than that. Listen. Anyway, let me go back. Look at this.
Okay, let's talk about its applications. So, there are some, I can imagine it being messy in some applications. So, what would you do with what the common law called foundlings? The thing about this is then you have to adjudicate. If you're looking at parents, and if you're looking at parents' domicile, then you have to adjudicate with residence and intent to stay. What if you don't know who the parents are?
I think there are marginal cases that one, I think.
You don't give them citizenship till you find out. Duh. Like, obviously, like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, oh, well, what if you don't know? Okay, well then say to be determined. Fucking duh. Like, obviously.
Has the benefit of being addressed in 1401F, where it talks about.
Yeah. But what about the Constitution?
Under the Constitution, it's I mean, look, domicile is a constitutional standard in all kinds of other situations.
Well, and it's hard.
Diversity jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction.
Well, yeah, and the personal jurisdiction, I mean, 1332, diversity jurisdiction. And the thing is, it has to be litigated because it turns on intent. And both.
If their intent was to come into this country illegally, they shouldn't be rewarded by their kid being a fucking citizen. If their intent is to come here to have a kid, to default the kid's citizenship, then that is a bad, malicious intent, and it should not be rewarded. These people are so consumed with the idea of processes that they've lost any sense of ethical accountability. They've lost every sense of rational conclusion law. This is insane. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad about this.
The virtue of both jus soli and jus sanguinis, whichever one you pick, it's a bright line rule. how would it work? How would you adjudicate these cases? You're not going to know at the time of birth for some people whether they have the intent to stay or not. Including.
It doesn't matter if they have the intent to stay, you fucking retard. No, there's no the intent to stay. Like, are they citizens or not? They're not citizens and they shouldn't have a kid here that's a fucking citizen. Like, are you retarded? It's unbelievable. Oh my God. How is this even a question? Oh, what their intent is. Holy fuck. Like, what? This bureaucracy is so fucking annoying. It drives me crazy. Oh my God. Fuck.
Including U.S. citizens, by the way. I mean, what if you have someone who is living in Norway with, their husband and family, but is still a U.S. citizen, comes home and has her child here and goes back?
Well, then the kid would be a citizen because she's a citizen. Wait. Well, okay, so you have a shoplifting law, but what if somebody... Okay, get this. Okay, but what if somebody buys something, but then they forget to take their bag out of the store, and then they come back in and they say, I forgot to get my bag that I paid for, and then they take it out. Are they shoplifting? You're missing the point? Okay, alright, you're gonna get pulled up. You're gonna get pulled up. What's the point? Because I want to hear arguments for this. Because everything that I've heard about this is so retarded that it's astonishing that it even exists. Holy fuck. What's the point? Is that extra edgy today? I am. I'm so mad. I've been waiting on this for my whole life, and they're messing it up. Drives me crazy. She's just posing multiple angles to the argument to see the answers. Well, I mean, the answer's obvious, right? I mean, if somebody's a U.S. citizen and has a kid in America, but they're also in Norway, the kid would obviously be a U.S. citizen. Like, there's not even a question about that. Like, how's that even a question? It's obvious. Everybody knows that. Duh. Of course.
How do we know whether the child is a U.S. citizen because the parent didn't have an intent to stay?
I'd say
the intent to stay is
2 points, one practical, one legal. The practical point is on in terms of this executive order, you don't have to because the executive order turns on objectively verifiable things, which is immigration status. Are you lawfully present but temporarily present, or do you have a legal status? So those kind of like, taking evidence, so to speak, under subjective intent wouldn't be done. And as to the constitutional point, obviously domicile is baked into a lot of constitutional and legal concepts, and there may be situations where facts are determined, but if you look at the guidance...
What are you doing, bro? Was RFK not enough? Now you have to bring in 2 people with 5% HP? Number 1. Number 2. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we doing?
The guidance that all the agencies did after this court and Costa said the agency could afford to issue guidance. The guidance provides, I think, very, very clear, objective...
Why is intent to stay a stupid argument? If they aren't staying in the USA, they shouldn't get citizenship? No. Because even if they want to stay in the United States, they shouldn't get citizenship if they're not citizens. Duh. So so you're telling me that because 2 illegals come here and they say, I want to stay here. No shit you want to stay here. You came from Guatemala. I would too if I were you. I get it. So, yes, obviously that's the case. It doesn't matter.
Verifiable approaches to doing this. And so, as a practical matter, I don't think it's represented by this executive order.
Thank you, General.
Justice Jackson?
Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck, this is insane. And they don't get to skip the immigration line just because you had a kid? Yeah, exactly. What if it's a U.S. citizen and illegal? Then it's a U.S. citizen. If one of the parents is a U.S. citizen, then the kid should be a U.S. citizen.
If both of the parents are U.S. citizens, then the kid should be a U.S. citizen. If neither of the parents are U.S. citizens, then the kid should not be a citizen. It's obvious. Yeah, of course. Like, that's fair. Yeah, obvious. Oh my God. And let me go. I'll see if I find this here. And where is it? Oh no, I already saw this before. That was so retarded. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's listen to this.
Based on Chinese media reports, there are 500 birth tourism companies in the People's Republic of China whose business is to bring people here to give birth and return to that nation. 500 birth tourism companies in the People's Republic of China whose business is to bring people here to give birth and return to that nation.
Imagine thinking it's a good idea that you have a system that has spawned an entire Chinese industry of people that are flying to your country in bad faith to spawn their kids with citizenship. Like it's obviously there's something wrong with that. Obviously there's something wrong. Like, how can anybody not see there's something wrong with it?
Having said all that, you do agree that that has no impact on the legal analysis before us?
I don't give a fuck about that. Why the fuck would I care about that? Why the fuck? So let me get this straight. Because you can misinterpret something that was written 150 years ago, that means that we're not allowed to have a country. Get the fuck out of here. This is such a ridiculous argument. It's insane. I am so fucking sick of this bureaucratic, completely sterile, brain-dead, disconnected, pseudo-intellectual bullshit that these people keep trying to push when the reality is it's happening. It's actually happening in real life right now. I don't care about what your ideological reasoning is for this, or what, this is what a book said that was written 80 years ago. It's outdated. It's gone. Like, everybody that was around then is dead. It's a completely different world. Most politicians are retards, man. Most people are retards. That's it. Makes me so fucking mad. Makes me so fucking mad. Oh, well, just because there's an obvious exploit, and the fact that this obvious exploit exists, like, oh my God, bro, like, it's actually crazy how mad I am. It's crazy how mad I am. All right.
I think it's, I quote what Justice Scalia said in his Hamdan dissent, where their interpretation has these implications that could not possibly have been approved by the 19th century framers of this amendment. I think that shows that they've made a mess. Their interpretation has made a mess of the provision.
Well, it certainly wasn't
you fucked up.
a problem in the 19th century.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem. Oh, wow. Well, wait a minute. It wasn't a problem in the 19th century. Thank God. Yeah, probably back then he was in college. That old fucking, another old geriatric retard is going to dictate to us why the fuck, oh, wait a minute. Well, if you look at what happened in 1885, that means you're not allowed to have a country anymore. Holy